Hello and welcome to today's podcast show. I'm so excited that you are here listening to the Women Thrive podcast. Today I have a very special guest with us, Regina Gulbinas, who is life and business strategist. I'm so excited to be interviewing her because she will be one of our chosen speakers for the upcoming Women Thrive Summit. And she has a truly inspiring story and really is passionate about women empowerment. So I'm really excited to welcome you to our show, Regina. How are you today?
I am good. I am thrilled to be here. Very excited to share the story and have the conversation.
So, Regina, I know you have achieved a lot of success in your business, but I know you have also faced some challenges along the way. I'm excited to get to know your story and for our audience to also get to know you a little bit about you and also about the topic that you will be covering in our upcoming summit. So I know your topic will be about the rise of the unstoppable woman, activate your original blueprint, and unleash the power within. This is such a powerful topic. But before we begin, I'd love for you to just give our audience a little introduction about yourself.
Thank you. Would love to. I am and I think we all, as women, we're so multidimensional. And I realized that more and more as I started to build a business in the online space, and I had to fit myself into 150 character bio as to what I do. And I to this day, I haven't been able to do that. I think we're so multidimensional. We're in many cases, mothers, sisters, wives, leaders, entrepreneurs. And I think when I accepted that fact, because people ask you, what do you do? Who are you? And we're like, which box do I tap into? And the truth is, I'm all of those things, and we're all of those things. And sometimes we're all of those things in one day, right? Morning, you're a mom. Afternoon, you're this. Evening, you're that. And I think also with age, I've been able to fully step into that. So I am a mother to two incredible young daughters that I raised as a single mom. So kudos to all the single moms out there. It's a whole different ball game, especially if you, like me, are 100% responsible for them, legally, financially, in every single aspect. And I've had the blessings to serve and help well over 100 corporations, reorganize and get them back to profitability, which kept marriages intact because financial chaos causes a lot of chaos inside a household. Had the blessing of being of service and helping a lot of people keep their jobs when the companies get to stay in business. So that's also part of the story, part of my original blueprint. And then recently I shifted to the online space. I felt God calling to serve women in the online space because I feel that he was like, I've given you enough that you can serve now at a next level, at a different level. There are women that actually need you. So God said, go. I said, okay. That's a whole different story in itself. Had no idea how it's going to happen, but here we are. And, when God says go and you do, doors do actually open, as hard as to believe sometimes. A part of my story is overcoming. Part of who I am, part of my blueprint now is overcoming a challenging divorce and rising on the other side of it. So I think for me, like I said, for all the other women that are listening, we're all of the things and we're so multidimensional. And I think for me, the biggest piece was after realizing that I'm so multidimensional, all of these things is falling in love with every part of me, falling in love with every piece of the puzzle that's my life, falling in love with the journey, understanding the journey, being able to rise, being this rising, the unstoppable personality, exactly what I'm going to talk about in the talk, right? How do you get up? How do you get up? How do you get up? Because life certainly throws some challenges on the path. And the job is to get up and get up over and over and over again. That's really what that is.
Wow, I love that. And you mentioned our original blueprint. Mm-hmm. I want to tap in a little bit more into it, of what is the original blueprint and how to recognize it.
So, because I do walk with God, I do believe that we are individually uniquely made. I really strongly believe. So if that be the case, we do have our own path. We do have an original blueprint. We do have a design. I believe when we are not functioning within it, your spirit knows. You feel uncomfortable. I remember being in those spaces. I felt very uncomfortable in my own skin. I felt like I'm off the path. I felt that I was lost. It didn't matter how much I tried to do something. It never felt like it was mine to do. And we do that a lot because we see certain things working for other people. And we're like, oh my God, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. But somehow, if you've ever noticed, when we really listen to the source, listen to the spirit, when we listen to the guidance, and we feel like we are working within a purpose that's ours, somehow, if you're paying attention, things seem just kind of more effortless. Mm-hmm. Things just kind of happen. People show up on your path, doors open, challenges happen, but the solutions come right alongside with the challenge. So for me, I always knew since I was a child that I functioned a little bit different, not better in any way, shape, or form, just different. I always connected more to the older crowd. I always connected more to the conversation. I always connected more to the deeper conversations about life, about the meaning of life, about how to create a life that just turns you on and excites you on a daily basis, because you want to be excited with your life. And I always knew that I'm here for a great purpose, much bigger than just being an employee working for somebody else or being told what to do on a daily basis, because I knew that my capacity is massive. And life has proven that, because I've managed to be a life and business strategist for 20 years and reorganize over 100 companies through bankruptcy and through all that stuff. I don't have formal training and education. So if I'm not working within my original God-given blueprint, I don't know what this is.
Yeah. You're such a powerhouse to be able to rise above all the life challenges and to be able to take care of your daughters. And of course, you live in the state of California, which is by no means easy or cheap to sustain. And you built a very, very successful business. What has been the driving force behind all of this, behind you keep getting up and facing these challenges and keep moving it forward?
So first of all, when the first part of it, stepping into the original blueprint, the drive behind doing it, because here's the thing. We believe that when we find our place, that's kind of the end of the journey. This is where it becomes easy. The truth is, when you find your place, when you tap into the original blueprint, that's when you're kind of at the bottom of the trail. That's when the job really begins. That's when it really begins. So when I stepped into my first challenge was really understanding where I belong. When I tapped into corporate turnaround, I knew that this is where I'm supposed to be. I knew that I'm supposed to be there. I was 24 years old, no clue whatsoever what that is, but I knew that I belong. I went through a lot of challenges because when I started 20 years ago, even more CEOs were men. I'm 24. Men or women, but when you're 24 with no formal training or education, people don't really pay attention or care about what you have to say. So I had to really come back. So they would get enough historical evidence with me that when I speak and say something, it actually works. It actually makes the money. It actually keeps them safe. But even to get into corporate turnaround, because I bumped into somebody who was doing it, I literally went back 6 months, day after day after day, asking for a chance. It wasn't handed to me. Like I kept going back for 6 months saying, I want to do this. I want to do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And the guy that I worked with for so many years was 22 years older than me. I was just a kid. And he's been doing this his whole adult life. And I kept saying, I want to do this. He's like, we'll give you one client and let's see how you do. And the client stayed with me for over 5 years. So I could have stopped coming back after what I know was mine after the first month or the second month or the third. So this took a lot out of me. So that's part of it. Then rising above, right? Leaving an abusive marriage. Like my husband looked straight at me and said, if you leave, I will destroy you financially. I had a choice to make. Mm-hmm. And I knew that he was capable. I had a choice to make. I had 2 children. I said, I have 2 of our kids. He said, I don't care. That's going to be the punishment. So special guy. I never should have married him. Bad decision, my mistake. I take full responsibility, but I had to rise above it. So he wasn't kidding, right? A divorce later, 2 kids that I'm responsible for, and he's leaving us $2 million in debt. How do you rise above it? I'm only 29 years old, right? You get up and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. And then I'm making it to the 6 figures, and I walk away from corporate turnaround with the person I was working with because it was time to move. I could clearly hear God say, you need to, that there is a different environment that I need you to be in. So I literally get up, go from making well into 6 figures, fully responsible for 3 people and a kid in private school. My older one was already out of high school at that point, to getting up one day with literally 0 income and going online. So my friends are looking at me like she's lost her sanity, but they know me. They know I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And they were watching me like a train wreck. They're like, what is going on? But nobody said anything because they know me. I'm like, either support me or don't say anything. I'm okay either way, but there is no negative talk. So the reason I keep coming back for my life, keep coming back to my original blueprint, is my greatest fear in life. And this is God's honest truth. My greatest fear in life is to look back at my life and the last moments and know that I just pissed it away, honestly. That to me is worse than failure. That to me is worse than losing $2 million. That to me is nothing scares me most than getting to the end, knowing that there's nothing I can do to change things. Wow. And have a list of regrets. I will rather fail 1 million times, but have experiences than wonder what if, because the truth is most people treat life, and I watch this because I work with so many people, like this is a trial run. And when we get to the end of it, somebody gets to say to you, nice job, now let's do this for real. And I'm like, people like, this is for real, right? Because we treat it like that.
Yeah.
This is for real. This is game time. The clock is ticking. There is no second chance. You have a second chance to fail and get up. You don't have a second chance in life. And so what do you want to be left with at the end of the day? What do you want to look back upon? What stories do you want to tell your people around you? But also my daughters, and I never forget this, my daughters have watched me go through hell and back and always rise. Your children, and if you don't have kids, the little kids around you in your family, you better believe they're watching you. I am watching pieces of me in my daughters now. They are relentless to the point of irritation, but that's how I raised them, right? So I see the result of my relentlessness and the ability to get up in my daughters. So I, as a mother, know, God forbid something happens to me, or when my time comes, my daughters will be okay. So it's not just about me. Your actions do really impact your bloodline to follow. What's the imprint? What are you leaving them with? Wow. Fear and scarcity and self-limiting beliefs? Or are you leaving them filled with confidence and strength and memories of this is what our mom or our auntie did or whatever our grandma did, therefore I can do this as well?
Wow. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is game time.
This is true. It's not a dress rehearsal. This is the main performance, right? So when the curtain goes down, do you get a standing ovation, or you never got on a stage to begin with? And only you get to decide if you climb up on that stage and fall on your face and get up and go again. Nobody gets to decide it for you. What a powerful thing to know that you get to decide how your life goes.
Wow. This has just blown my mind. I want to hear from our audience. If you're listening to this right now, please leave a comment below, or I'd love for you to get in touch with Regina or tweet this and tag her across social media channels, because this is really life-changing advice. And when you came and applied for this summit and you came onto the interview, you came prepared to take the spot. Yeah. I remember having our interview and you were determined that this spot belonged to you, and I had nothing else to say. Just run through the interview process and confirm your spot. So
even before that, because I told my sister I'm booking interviews because this year is a year of speaking. I've decided on that. And I told her, I said, I'm going to have a presentation in March. I said, but I'm going for the interview right now. I said, but just put it on the calendar, because I knew ahead of time. Like I just knew I came. But But also, when you knew I came for the spot, it fills you with confidence that I know what I stand for. Life is the same way. When you show up in full confidence, life just, it's such a beautiful process to watch. And I just hope and pray for everybody listening now or later that you allow yourself to experience what you're really capable of, truly.
Yeah, because we're capable more than we actually know. But a lot of the times we betray ourselves in this process. A lot of the times we don't believe enough that we are capable, that we are good enough, and we question. And as you say, we don't get to the end result and have that standing ovation. So why do you think people betray themselves along the journey, and don't achieve the things that they set out to achieve?
Great question. Because we will sooner trust the tangible and the things we see versus the things we don't see. To fully tap into your original blueprint, you're being called to believe in something you haven't physically seen. A human mind needs evidence. So if I look at you and I'm seeing the evidence of your success in your way, I'm going to say she's succeeding. She must be doing something right. I'm going to do that way. But you're not following, watching tangible evidence of somebody else. You're following the unseen within you. So now at that point, I've betrayed myself by saying, I'm going to do it the way that this woman does or this woman does. And I can't tap into your original blueprint. We betray ourselves because we don't trust. That's the thing. To fully walk into alignment with God's purpose for you, you are being called to trust something you can't see. It's only something you feel. And most people, we want tangible evidence. The brain says, show me the thing. And this is where also come in. People say, show me the thing, show me that I'm safe, show me that it's going to work out. And then this is the conversation we have with God and the universe. Show me that it's safe, show me that it's going to work out, show me that I can do this, and then I will do this. But that's not how it works. God says, this is not, I show you mine, you show me yours. This is, you show me yours. You show me that you trust me. You show me that you believe in yourself. You show me that you believe in the guidance I'm giving you within. And then I'll show you what to do. We're saying, you show me yours and I'll show you mine. And God says, no, those are not the rules. You don't get to change them. First, you show me how bad you want it. And then I'll show you what I'm capable of. And the reason I can firmly stand in that is because going into reorganizing companies with no knowledge and education, I said, I want this. God said, let me see for 6 months. And then God showed up and showed off with what's capable for me in my life. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go through the divorce. God said, okay, you make the move and I'll cover you. I saw it. Here I am. I'm just fine. I went through hell and back, but I'm okay. And then I moved into the online space. If you are a woman fully responsible in California to support 3 kids, and the rent itself is worth a person's salary, and the private school and the gymnastics and all the arts and crafts for kids, and you literally make a decision to wake up with no income one day, which is crazy in itself. I understand it. Talk about blind faith. And God showed up and showed off. So I believe that we betray ourselves and we betray the original blueprint when we keep asking for evidence instead of creating the evidence. How could I not believe all of these things if 3 massive events in my life have happened and I'm always okay? There's nothing special about me. The only thing is I live with, what are the stories I get to tell? What do I get to leave for my daughters? How long will somebody remember me after I die? Will they talk about me for 5 minutes? I want to give them so much material that my grandkids never stop talking about me. But it's only going to happen if I do the thing, right? So we betray ourselves every time we look at somebody else and think they have it figured out, they have it better. Nobody has it better than you. You just got to allow yourself to be you, truly. That's what I think.
I feel like your message has just transformed and touched somebody's life. Regina, you're such a trooper. You're such an inspiration. I'm so grateful that you have come forward to be on a platform, to share your voice, empower other women globally with your mindset, with your mission, with how you see life and your shared determination. Because truly in everything that you have achieved, was not easy, but you were determined to keep rising, to keep moving forward. And now you help other women do the same. And this is so, so incredible. So if women wanted to, or our audience wanted to get in touch with you, where could they do that?
Facebook seems to be the best way. So obviously Facebook. I'll just give one source, not to confuse the audience. So Facebook is fantastic. If welcome to message me.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And of course, all the details of how to reach out to Regina will be available in the show notes. So I'd love for you to go ahead and follow. If you haven't registered your spot for the Women Thrive Summit, go over to womenthrivesummit.com and make sure you save your spot, because we have more than 30 amazing women from all around the world sharing their powerful stories, as well as impacting the world with their messages. I know this event is going to be incredible. Just listening to you, Regina, I feel so, so inspired, and I feel unstoppable. I know. And we all have this, as you say, original blueprint, that it's our gift in this world. And don't deprive yourself of that gift. Don't try and be a copy of somebody else. You are unique, you are individual, and you can achieve incredible success in your own way. You don't have to be a copy of somebody else. Regina, I am super grateful for your message today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. And I hope it reaches, I know it's going to reach the right woman at the right time. I really know that. Yeah.
So if you want to hear the rise of the unstoppable woman, how to activate your original blueprint and unleash your power within, go over to the womenthrivesummit.com and save your spot for the upcoming 2022 Women Thrive Summit happening this March. I look forward to seeing you all there. And for now, thank you so much, Regina, and we look forward to seeing you on the summit.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
Take care for now.
Bye.